Thanks for joining. Today is day 20. Today our topic is to understand the SD-WAN edge onboarding, how to onboard the devices. And then within that, you will see different methods are there. So once we go and complete this topic, we'll understand that either it's a CH or VS device. What are the onboarding process? Like it's automated, it's semi-automated, it's a manual, like that. So all those terms and uh, all the terms and different acronyms you will see here in this recording. Although this is quite important session we have, because this is very much related to operations. Operations means that do the day zero deployment. Once you have the day zero deployment, then only you can go and push the template, another day end templates and all. So this is something very much related to day zero deployment. And this, you can see this particular document released by Cisco. There, not only you will get this information about the onboarding, but this is nice document where they have explained about the operations as well, like how to go and check the device provision, and then what are the CLI or GUI commands to verify it, troubleshooting the onboarding and all. So this is a nice document. We are going to discuss first 30 pages, but you are free. You can go and check the entire document. Okay, so let's start. So as I told you that when we are talking about onboarding, what are the methods we have for onboarding? So we will go and quickly check that onboarding. You can see that SD-WAN edge onboarding option. You have automated provisioning, bootstrap, manual. Now automated, within automated also you can see PNP, plug and play, and ZTP, zero touch provisioning. And then you can see this bootstrap and the manual. Manual, what is manual? Very easy. Like we are doing in Cisco router switches, copy and paste the entire configuration. Correct. Now what is bootstrap? Bootstrap, the term itself is like when you have some shoe, right? When you are wearing some shoe, then there is a small what you can say plastic stick or something that you are using to fit that fit your leg within the boot, right? There is nothing called as a boot strap. In technical term, it is something like to run the bigger operating system or kick-start the bigger operating system, you need some small program that is termed as a bootstrap program. It's a smaller piece of code before doing the big configuration, something like that. That's the bootstrap. Now bootstrap means that you can go and do day zero configuration. Once you do a day zero configuration, after your day zero configuration, you can go and push the day end template. So bootstrap feature is there. Then you can see this PNP and ZTP. Now the good thing about this that in this particular document we'll come to know that the PNP that we have, which devices are using PNP, which devices are using ZTP. All those device list we will get in this document. So let's go and see what type of devices those are supporting SD-WAN. We know that supported devices for SD-WAN is ISR devices, ASR devices, VS devices, all a long list of devices we have. Now I'll come to this particular diagram, but before going there, I just wanted to show you that what are the devices supporting what type of features. So here you can see the list. In the list, you can see that the ASR devices, you can do PNP, bootstrap, manual. Like these are the three methods to onboard the devices. ISR 1K, they are also supporting everything. ASR 1000X, they are supporting only bootstrap. And then if you go and check the VH, they are doing supporting ZTP and manual. So you can see the PNP is not there. That means there is difference between PNP and ZTP, right? What difference is there that we'll see. And you can see the VS devices, they are not supporting this bootstrap. It's not there, right? So that is one thing to one important thing to know. Now let's go back and check the onboarding process. You can see that onboarding process has these 4 steps. A step 1 to a step 4. What is happening in a step 1? First of all, any device in the network, they try to communicate with the vBond. vBond, what vBond is doing, vBond is checking the serial number and the chassis ID, serial number and chassis ID of the edge device. And edge devices, they are checking the org name or the certificate from the vBond. Now, once vBond do the authentication, then vBond will offer the IP address of the vSmart and the controller, vManage and vSmart, right? Now, step number 2, you can see clearly that device is doing the authentication with vManage. Now, if they are getting authenticated with vManage, then vManage is pushing the full configuration file plus the image, right? So this is a step number 2. If a step number 2 is done, then that device, because that device has full configuration, so now it can go and connect with the vSmart, and then if they connect with the vSmart, then OMP session will build. Because what is the protocol running between Edge and vSmart? OMP, right? Overlay Management Protocol. Now, once your phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 is done, then phase 4 is happening. In phase 4, the devices, since they have the full configuration, they have the OMP session, they have the DTLS control connections, etc. Then they will go and form the IPsec tunnel. This is the branch to branch, that's the data plane tunnel. They will form this. So very nice picture where you will see overall what is happening in the SD-WAN, and you can't miss any interview question if we are knowing this fact. This is very important, right? All right, so knowing this, that what is the onboarding methods, we have 3 onboarding methods. We can do manual, we can do bootstrap, we can do PNP or ZTP. And this diagram is also very important. In this diagram, simply Cisco is telling that which protocol is running where. So within vBond and the edge device, you can see, you see this dotted line, you can see, right? So within vBond and the edge devices, they are forming the DTLS connection, but those are temporary. They are forming the temporary connection, temp. You can see this dot, dot, dot. Means first time they are doing the authentication, after that it will be gone. But you can see from vManage, vSmart, we are forming this permanent connection, right? And even you can see that going to vManage, we are using only one link, because we know that with vManage, to reach to the vManage, we are using only one active link. One will be working as a backup. That if you want, we can go and change the load over the link, means some configuration is there. If you change, then it can go and prefer the MPLS rather than internet. Then finally, vSmart. With vSmart, we have this control connection and we have the OMP session as well. Now, how we manage go and push the configuration to the vSmart or edge devices? They will go and use the netconf protocol, right? So this is very important. Now let's go back to our another very interesting slide. Now in this session, you can see your doubts will get cleared and cleared and cleared. These are very, very important things. Now you can see that vEdge. You can do manual and you can do ZTP. vEdge supporting these 2 methods, but for ISR devices, you can do manual, bootstrap, PNP. Now the big question here is this, that what is the difference between PNP and ZTP? Because manual and bootstrap, it's very easy. We can go and generate the bootstrap configuration, and then what will be the use of that bootstrap configuration? So I can go and generate the bootstrap configuration, and then I can go and give that bootstrap configuration to the branch where they want to do the device provisioning. What they can do, They may put that bootstrap configuration in the USB, in the pen drive, and in that pen drive they can go and copy. So we have copy command, copy something USB bootstrap to the flash. That means that configuration will be there in that device. So what you need to do, simply go and connect this device with the WAN. At the moment they will connect with the WAN, they will form the control connection with the vManage. First of all, obviously vBond, then vManage. Once they have the control connection with the vManage will go and push the day end template and it will be up and running. Now, before going any further, can we go and generate the bootstrap? Answer is yes. Let's quickly see and then I'll come back here. So we have our vManage. Let's go here. And it's loading. And once you are here, if you go to the menu and you can see the configuration and devices. Oops. Configuration and devices, not this certificates and all. You can go configuration and devices. And then in the WAN edge list, you can go to any of the device. I can see this. This is actually for vEdge, one of the vEdge. So let's see branch 1 CH, for example. If you go to these dots, 3 dots, you can see somewhere that we have generate the bootstrap, running local configuration, decommission, change the log. It's not there, no problem. Let me see. Running configuration, copy, generate bootstrap config. See? So let's click there and you want to generate the cloud init generated by cloud. The version of this device is 2.4 or earlier. Include default root certificate. Okay. Let's generate the basic configuration with certificate. Now you can see that this is your configuration. You can download from here. This is the bootstrap configuration that we can go and push this configuration. You can copy, uh, put inside the pen drive and then upload to the device this bootstrap configuration and then it will work. Okay, so this is the bootstrap configuration, minimum configuration required to bring up the device. Now in the new form of SD-WAN, you can clearly see here that sync a smart account. I'll come back in the slide there. You will understand what does it mean, sync the smart account. But you can see one more feature here, add the, what is this, PAYG WAN device. It should be Pyang or something, some programming maybe, PAYG. Anyways, and then they export the bootstrap configuration. So all the options are there. If you want to manually upload the WAN edge list, you can go and upload that list here from some Excel sheet as well. If you want to sync that with a smart account for PNP process, you can go and sync. You have to go and click this. But before doing the syncing, you should go to the menu and you should go to the administration setting. And once you are in the setting, you will see that we have option to add the PNP account details here. Smart account credentials here. Here, this line. So you can go and add the actual information related to the PNP that you have. and then it will sync with the PNP. Okay, one touch provisioning is also there, that is disabled. We have option, you can go and click to the edit and enable claim manage. It's like very much like PNP thing. So you can go and enable. All right, so you have seen few of the features in the SD-WAN, that what is sync a smart account feature and generate the bootstrap. Like that, we can go and use bootstrap for iOS XE. Then next thing is PNP and ZTP. Now there is difference in between plug and play and ZTP, because ZTP was the initial term. When we have the Viptela devices, for that we have the ZTP, although the process behind the scene is almost same, but the terminologies are different. Now, there may be one question you can ask, that can we have GTP server within the premises or within the enterprises, or is it required that these servers, this plug and play portals and ZTP portals, should be always based on cloud? Answer is yes. You may have ZTP server within the premises, within the data center. So you can make any vBond device as a ZTP server, and then ZTP server will authenticate any new device that wants to join the fabric. Okay, so all these things, if you'll study, I will show you only these diagrams that will be easier to follow. So let's understand this PNP, how PNP is working. Now, for PNP to work, you have to go to software.cisco.com, and there you have to go and create a smart account. Inside that smart account, you have to go and create. So you have to create the essay, and in that essay, you have to go and create the vBond profile. In that vBond profile, and you have to go and add the devices. Means you have the list of devices. I can show you that how it look like. So once you go and log into the smart account using software.cisco.com, and let me show you that how this portal look like. So I'm scrolling little faster, that's why you're not seeing anything. Once I reach to that portal page, I can show you that. Yeah, so that portal look like this. Software.cisco.com, plug and play. You have your serial number, your device. You can see, you can go and define the vBond, and then the status for claiming. If it is green, that means good. If it is some other color, that is not good. So that means that we have PNP portal where we have the global vBond IP. And then you have the device serial number and chassis ID. But that doesn't mean that we have everything. So we should know that how this PNP is working. So let's go and check the workflow for the PNP. What is happening? That the device you want to onboard will connect, and then it will go and check the PNP. PNP already having the serial number, device ID, and the vBond profile. Now within this vBond profile, with this connection, it comes to know that I have to go and check the local vBond within the premises. So from here, it is redirecting this device to the on-prem vBond. Now, once it is redirected to on-prem vBond, we know the next step. It will go and communicate with the vManage. vManage will push the configuration, and then it will go and communicate with the vSmart, and then you will go and form the OMP session. So these are the stages or pre-steps that is happening before connecting. So this we know how it is happening. Before that, you have two more steps, that you are contacting to the PNP and PNP redirecting towards the enterprise actual vBond IP. Right? Now this is the PNP process. Then what about ZTP? How ZTP process is happening? Now to ZTP process to work, Instead of PNP, you can see here now we have portal called ztp.piptela.com. Now it may be over cloud, it may be on-prem. So you can see same thing is happening, and then it is redirected here, and then authentication, authorization, all those things are happening. So very much similar step here. You don't have PNP portal and all. You have to go to ztp.viptela, or you may have vBond as a ZTP server, and then this process will work. Right. So can I show you these steps in our lab? Answer is yes. We can see this in our lab. This lab that we have here. If you go here to the device list, let me go there to the device list, and infra. Let's see if we have ZTP server here. I can see we manage vBond 1, vBond 2, Internet P, MPLSP, Internet Edge, branches 10, 20. I'm not seeing any ZTP server, but in this lab, although we know one thing for sure, if you go and check the document, it is clear one thing that VH devices, so if I come here, VH cloud devices, they are not doing the ZTP, right? We need some hardware device to do the ZTP. That's one thing clear. But in this lab, just for simulation purpose, we can go and check the ZTP process. But ZTP process is there for the hardware devices. So what I'm telling that if you go here and if you go and go to the configuration, and if you go to the devices, right? Once you are here, and you can see that there is one device who's the below one, whose serial number is already added here. So what we need to do, that we can go to the configuration and template and push this template to the branch to VH1 just for this lab purpose. So we can go to the device template, and you will see there is one template, branch to template. You can go click these three dots, you can attach the device, and it will come. It is a little bit slow. So the serial number or chassis ID that you have seen there in the previous dashboard, that is configuration and devices, just select that, click attach, and we need to upload the variables. So we'll go here to this up arrow, choose the file, and somewhere we'll know that in the desktop is folder is there, and in CSV we have some variables that we can upload, and then we can do next, next, next. So what is happening that now we are simulating the ZTP process, and can we go and check the logs related to ZTP process to check the steps, what is happening behind the scene? You need to bring up this interface as well, because for this particular lab, this interface is down. So now this is in bring up process. Can I go to the branch number 2 and here branch type 2 VH, and can, oops, cancel. You can see at the moment the name is VH. At the moment they will go and bring up the device, you will see the name will get changed. So can we go to the shell, the V shell, and can we go and check the logs, right? So how we can go and check the log? Let's see. Oops. Oh my God, this many options. So we can see that in the etc folder, we may have some place where we can go and check the logs and what are the things we have. Certificates are there, cron tab, IP route, netconf, all these informations we have because behind the scene, this is the Linux. Mm, I don't know if we can have within etc. I'm not seeing that. So what type of folders we have? Let's see. And we are inside the admin. And if you go back, okay, we are inside the home and root. Home admin. Okay, so we can go and check these logs. We'll see that. Now you can see behind the scene that template has been pushed, the ZTP process completed. Now you can see the host name got changed, right? So I just wanted to go inside the system. Somewhere they are generating the logs related to the process that happened in this particular device that we can go and check from the Linux. So let me try and check. Do we have anything called log where we can see this? Let's see. So you can see where is there. So maybe it is there in where, and then we have the temp folder, and then oops, I don't want. Let me quickly check. So log, oh, log is there. I can go and check the log as well. Let me quickly check what other options. So here you don't have the, I'll go to log. Yeah, so this folder is where log, and now you can see that we have vsyslog, and then you can see somewhere that you should have some temporary log vdebug. So if you are doing enabling the debug within the system, you can go and check this debug. You can, if you want to check the syslog, you can go and check the syslog. So let's check the syslog and enter. Oops, you can see we are getting so many messages. What I just wanted to see the last message. Everything I can see with 26th of April. So we should go and see that what date we have set in this particular device. We can go do show clock or something. Now we can see 11th of May, today's, and today what are the things happen. At the moment it will go and stop. We can check, or we have multiple Linux filter to check this process. Like we want to see only bottom 500 lines, top 300 lines, all those filters we can go and do. So now if I scroll little bit up just to show you the process, I think its buffer is full. So I'm unable to go a little bit up and show you this. So what I can do, let's do this grep and May 11. I just wanted to see the May log. Okay. And now I can go up. I can show you some meaningful things from this log. So, okay. So fast this is. Let's do one thing. Let's save this somewhere. So I can go and save option. where I can go and save this file. So I can show you some of the output. Okay, I'll do one thing. Let's quickly go to the labs here, and here I can do all these things because we have the putty. And what is the IP for that device we have? Let me open in the putty, save the session and quickly show you the log, what is happening behind the scene in the ZTP. So we are inside VH2, branch 2 VH, whose IP is 198.183.106. Let's open the putty. 198.18106. Okay, we'll go to vshell, and then we can go to cat var log and vsyslog something. Enter. Now you'll see the logs are coming and they're ended. If I can scroll up, I'll show you some meaningful things here. It's not allowing us, so what we'll do, we'll go and quickly save it. Oops. Save this. So how we can go and save this? Change setting, logging, something. Save all the session output. Somewhere in the desktop. Lie. Up arrow, enter. It's very slow. I have done that. You scroll down. Open this. Okay. Font is very small and I want to increase this. So you will see here in this output that somewhere it will try to contact with the vbond.cisco.com. So what is the flow? We know that flow is like this, that the devices, so you have your device. First of all, they will try to connect with ztp.cisco.com. And from there, it will redirect it towards the vbond, then the vmanage, and then the vsmart, right? vsmart. So it is trying to connect with the vbond.cisco.com. So vbond.cisco.com will redirect. So actually, this will go here. It will get redirected to this, and then it will offer the IP address for the vmanage and the vsmart. So it will go to the vmanage first. Vmanage will push the template. Already we have pushed the template, and then vsmart will go and form the IPsec tunnel. All those information you can see here. So if I go and scroll this slowly, you will see that all those things that we are checking in our document and slides, the logs, that footprint you can see here in this file. You need to go and scroll this file slowly. Everything you will see here, how the traffic is redirecting and all, right? So in your time, you can go and just have a look, scroll down these pages and you will see that. All right, do you have any questions so far? Okay, so no problem. You just go through this document. I have completed only 10 pages, but I have covered the day zero type of thing, like what is ZTP, what is PNP, how it is happening, which device is happening. Even if you are doing the ZTP, for these devices, what interface you want to connect with the internet or the MPLS. These are the WAN facing interface. For ZTP, we should connect these interfaces. These are the front facing interfaces. Then bootstrap process, how you can go and generate the bootstrap configuration, and then that configuration should copied into the pen drive or the SD, and then copied into the flash, and then it will go contact to the vBond, vManage, and vSmart. That's the logic, right? We know that what is the VPN 0, VPN 512 and all. Now, in case if you want to do the manual deployment, remember manual deployment we have discussed in our day 0 or day 1 class, day 1 or day 2 class, that for manual you have 5 very important things to configure. You need host name, system IP, site ID. So here you can see the list. You need host name, system IP, site ID, org name, vBond IP. And then you should have the VPN 0 and transport VPN. In day 1, we have discussed that to bring up the controllers, you need at least 2 VPN, VPN 0 and the management VPN. And plus you need some basic configuration. So you need minimum 2, minimum 2, minimum 2, minimum 2 interfaces. That's why we have the management VPN, transport VPN, and then you have the global configuration, right? So we have discussed. This is very important, staging. And someone can ask you question related to staging. Staging has, you can see, 3 stages: invalid, staging, and valid. Now think like this, that you want to onboard a device today, but you don't want that that device will take part in any routing, any OMP, anything. You just want to onboard. You want to make sure that all the configuration is there, the tunnels are there, everything is proper. You just want to onboard that device. But maybe you want to activate that device after 10 days or 5 days or 11 days. So what you can do in that case, you can make that certificate as a staging. So if it is in a staging phase, the WAN edge devices establish a secure connection only. It is important to note that no data plane connection are established in this. Invalid means nothing is there, right? Valid means control plane and data plane up. So how you can do this? Let me quickly show you this. So if you go to the dashboard, let us go to the vManage dashboard. And in the configuration, you will see something called certificates. So if I go to the menu, let me go and click to this menu tab. And you can see that configuration and somewhere certificates. So I can go and click certificates, and then WAN edge list devices are coming. Now the newly bring up device, that is vEdge. You will see vEdge branch vEdge 1, branch to vEdge 1, this one here, that today is got deployed. So we can click here, 3 dots, and you can see that we have view the CSR details of certificate. Why I'm not seeing the features related to staging and all? And let's see. And validate, yeah. Where is validate column? Oh, you have to scroll like this. See? You have to, in bottom, you have to scroll like this, and you can reach to this page where I can go and click staging or invalid or valid, right? Now, if you put that inside the staging, so what it is telling that now it will not form the data plane connection, means IPsec tunnel will go. So now if you go here and you show control connections, it should be there, but if you go and do show IPsec inbound or outbound connections, so it is showing, but it should not be operational. Although it is showing that tunnel is there, but as per the logic, it should be not working. Okay, so that's the meaning. If you make invalid, means data plane and control plane will go down. So before removing the device from the fabric, you have to make that invalid, and then only you can go and delete that. It's showing, still it is showing, but it should go. Means it will not work. So that's the meaning you have here related to the certificate status. Rest of the things you should go and you please go and study. Now in between the control plane and data plane, if you have firewall, so you should go and allow these ports because these ports are related to the control ports. If those are blocked, then they will not form the IPsec tunnel. Now you can see here in the dashboard that we have option to upload the device list manually or sync with the smart account, that is nothing but your PNP inside the software.cisco.com. So these will get synced, they are valid and all. So those things are there. Now the moment you'll start working on the SD-WAN projects, you will see all these things. Now if you want to create your own on-prem ZTP server, you can do it. It's very easy. It's just the vBond configuration, and then you have to go and give one line that manually entry for these serial numbers. There is one CLI command that you can go and put the serial number, the chassis ID, the organization name, the vBond, everything, and it will work. These are the steps that you are making ZTP server, enabling the ZTP server we manage for the image and for the template. And that's it. This is the plug and play portal. We have discussed about that. You can go and onboard the devices and play around with that. All right, so that was the session related to ZTP process, and I cover at least 6-7 questions related to interview as well. Let's just stop here.